Alright guys, my name is clownloveoc and welcome back to Resident Evil 4, why it is the best game in the series. So, before I start the video, I just want to say I really fucking hate this part. And I'll tell you why, whilst I'm reviewing it and talking about the game. It's not much of a fucking review, it's just me talking bollocks really, but still, I hope you enjoy it anyway. But let's just get straight into it guys. Anyway, before you go any further, shoot the lock on this door here, and I'll tell you why later. You'll see in later part of this video. Then run to the middle. The platform should close down and be surfaced of water. This part is like a platformer, something Mario would do if he was on magic mushrooms, for fuck's sake. The reason I hate this part is there's so many enemies that respawn, and jumping onto these lifts doesn't help because there's always a pissing archer at the top where the first lever is that shoots the shit out of you, and only sometimes he can manage to knock you off the lift and kill you instantly, making you do the same process over and over again. I tend to use the mine thrower a lot here. Now we have got the first lever, we have to get the second lever, and this is where the higher rank zealot is. Also, once you do pull the lever, some more enemies drop down. They are pretty easy to kill, but for God's sake, just give us a break for once. This is the part I call the cramp finger, button death, punch finger, fucking leprechaun. Suck a lemon. Watch, and you'll see what I mean. Running from this fucker is a pain in the ass. Quick time events my ass. I'd rather have Bugs Bunny shoved up my ass so I can shit out an Easter egg than do this crap again. So many times have I died because this fat fucking piece of shit called Salazar, whatever the fuck you wanna call him. He's out of Harry Potter or some shit. Except from the one from Harry Potter is a lot more decent than that cunt. Now we're done with all that crap. Sorry if I got a little passive aggressive towards it, but I really do hate this part. The reason I hate it so much is your finger grows fucking numb after mashing the square button and dodging with the L2 and R2 at the same time. But also that neat trick of using the mine thrower sniper on the door before you get to the second part and breaking the lock makes it a lot more easier. But still, the fact that you have to press square non-stop, and also when you jump you get this fucking like doing the square button again. But anyway, here's a decent cutscene that I really love, one of my favourites actually. The next cutscene is another favourite of mine, so sorry Mr. Okay, you're gonna have to fucking watch it, you know. Enjoy the show.
This is no ritual, it's terrorism.
Isn't that a popular word these days? Not to worry. We've prepared a special ritual for you.
Now that's done, we have to run up the stairs to get to the lift. Be careful though, cause some fucker will drop these barrels down at you through the stairs. If you are lucky, you can dodge them and then run to the left here and kill these guys. Once you have killed them, some more enemies will respawn downstairs. Pulling the lever will allow some more barrels to drop down, killing the enemies below you. To get the elevator to move, you must push these boxes down. Watch out though, cause there will be some enemies that drop down, and also two archers will be firing at you. I kinda hate this part, cause if you're using the TMP, you're just wasting ammo for the next part of this chapter. Now we are finally done with this lift, we have to go around to get to another lift. Also the merchant will be there, and this is for a good reason. You need to upgrade or buy new weapons for the next part, but this is where we get to see a great cutscene as well, one of my favourites in the whole game. I don't know, I like Salazar in a way, but not too much, and I will be going into his history, but before I do that, I want to talk about how you defeat him.
Ah, you just missed her. The ritual is over. She left with my men to an island.
What?
I think it's time I paid my due respects towards your impressive and stubborn will. Mr. Kennedy, welcome.
Monsters. Guess after this there'll be one less to worry about.
This is how it works. You have to shoot him in the eye so his middle part opens up. There you can shoot him, and there's only two ways you can die at this part. Here's one of them, where he opens his mouth and comes down and just kills you straight away, and the second is when his tentacle grabs you and throws you down here, where there are some more spiders that do some more damage to you, more than the original spiders at the first part. Salazar was a nobleman from an unnamed Spanish-speaking rural region in Europe. Salazar was born into the office of the castellan, the governor of the castle, and its surrounding area. He was the 8th castellan to govern the region since its construction, the office having been handed down for a number of generations. As the 21st century came about, Salazar left his Catholic faith behind and converted to the Los Illuminados cult led by Oslan Sadler, who had access to bioweapons research and was interested in Los Parker. Although his stature resembles that of a 10-year-old and his grey hair and wrinkled face gave him the appearance of an elderly man, he was only 20 years old. Little is known of his early life. If his claimed age is accurate, he inherited the castle at a young age and had no other family.
Let's see if you can survive.
Though his ancestors, the first castellan, were the topic of much loved folklore in the region, Salazar himself was unpopular among the villagers. Taking advantage of his young and isolated state, Salazar was approached by Osman Sadler, who provided him with the insight into the Los Illuminados, a modern cult sharing the name of an ancient one stamped out by the Salazar's ancestors. Salazar fully accepted Sadler's claim to being the prophet. The Los Illuminados considered Salazar's family to be tainted by sin ever since the first castellan sealed the plagues in the ruins in his castle and built around it. Salazar was determined to atone for his sin and hired a workforce from the nearby village to excavate the ancient ruins formerly sealed off. The parasites were expected to be long dead, and the discovery of their mummified remains suggested as much. The workforce inhaled the carcasses' dormant fine spores, which over a period of several years regenerated into a fully formed plague of bodies. Sadler's research team began experimenting on these organisms and created a large number of plague eggs for the purpose of spreading out to the entire region. From this research, Salazar was granted one of the several modified dominant species of plagues, which would grant the host full control over their bodies as well as the ability to order around other hosts. Salazar formed a large armed force of monks, the cultists, as well as the two vertical bioweapons as his personal bodyguards, continuing his service as a castellan. It became Salazar's duty to protect the Queen Plaga, a large creature which essentially reproduced new plagas constantly. So now we've killed Salazar, we can actually jump down here and collect some ammo and stuff from these barrels, and also collect some from up top. But also I just want to say personally, this is one of my favourite boss battles. I remember back in the day it was a lot more harder than it is in this one. I think it's a lot more easier because I've already completed the game and I've already got the 5-star ranks on mercenary mode. I'll explain that at the end if you've never played this game. It's like I said, it's probably one of my favourite boss fights because it's not like the El Gigante and the Del Lago where you go against them straight up with no build up to the actual boss battle. In this one it's like built up because they're sat, like Leon and Salazar sat there taunting each other. Like for instance when he's at the maze and he says, Salazar says to Leon, "Oh, my pets are gonna feast on you," or some shit, and you know, "Die you worm," as well. You know, it's a build up, but you do get like a boss fight before that, and that's his henchman, you know, his right hand man, the Vertigo, which there's two of them. And obviously the boss battle you see here is the Queen Plaga, as it's called, which is kind of weird, but they also in the game's files it's called the Flower Pot Plaga for some reason, but it's really cool. And I honestly just enjoy doing that boss battle. Like for instance, back in the day on the old PS2, you would have to stand in the, like in the corner. I'll show you in a minute. Like in the corner and shoot the tentacles, and then shoot straight at the eye, and shit like that without, you know, getting hit because the head would come down and smash against the floor. It still does that, but I find it a lot more easier just standing in the middle and shooting his eye out. They've kind of made like this part of the game a lot more easier than the PS2, because straight up you can buy the rocket launcher and you can buy the mine thrower, which is a new port to the game. It was never in the PS2 part of the game, and it was never in the GameCube as well. Never in the Wii version as well, if I can remember correctly, it wasn't. But you know, buying the rocket launcher straight out is just an easy way of getting out of boss fights. And there is a tip I've got for you for the end of the videos. But yeah, I just really enjoyed that boss battle. I know me and my friend Mistucky have a running joke and call him the Leprechaun, but that's how we establish who he is, you know. It's a lot of fun, but I'll show you what I mean about the old PS2 and how I used to do it. So I used to stand about here where these handgun bullets are and shoot about here where the tentacle is out, and it used to pop back in, and then the face of the Vertigo would be pointed straight forward, and it would make it a lot easier to shoot it. So we're facing at the gate and you would shoot its eye, and then you would shoot the tentacle and repeat it until he opened up, and then you would run to the middle and then start shooting him as fast as you can with either TMP, shotgun or mag. best weapon to go against him is actually the mag and the TMP. TMP does use a lot of ammo, but it is worth, you know, using it against him when he opens up the middle to shoot him. It just made it a lot more easier when going against him. And using the mag, the broken butterfly, or the killer 7, you get that straight after the broken butterfly, after chapter 4.2. I think it's available to buy. It's more powerful than the broken butterfly, but uses less ammo compared to the broken butterfly. You can upgrade the broken butterfly up to 12 bullets, and the killer 7's up to about 10 when fully upgraded, but not as good. But still one of the best weapons, you know, the broken butterfly, and you can get it for free, like I said in my previous video, you know, backtracking, stuff like that is really easy. But anyway, this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up and a comment down below if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you know, put a thumbs down, and you know, that's pretty much it.
Need a ride, handsome?